Yeah, I need Drew and I need Barrett to get on over to the other side. Like, I need
Yes.
that. If that doesn't happen, it's just like a problem. Because if they strike Drew first and get Drew out, as in terms of like that's their first precision, snipe, that will be the worst for this season.
Welcome back in, everyone. This is Black Girls Talking TV, where we bring the group chat to life and discuss all your favorite TV shows. Today is all about Big Brother season 28. We are discussing week 3, and towards the end, we'll be talking about a little bit of week 4 spoilers, but we will let you know when we get to that point. I am Victoria. I am one of your hosts, and I'm a psychologist.
And I'm Kamaria. I'm an attorney and a pop culture writer. And before we get into this episode, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit that notification bell, and be in the comments. Let us know your thoughts. Like I said last week, and I'm saying it again, I'm tired of these vets getting all the powers. And yeah, so where do we want to start? With the Jason going home of it all, or the power of Veto, the diamond power of Veto?
Let's start with the Jason going home of it all. Now, I know Jason, he made a bad play when he used manipulation to try and, like, I guess, reel in Angela as a strategy. I didn't think that was the most tasteful game move. Just when you think about just values and morals and how I would play the game. I know for some people it's like dust off your shoulder. But this week I was definitely like, dog on. Like, I am sick of this tool shed alliance. I'm sick of it. Like, I was irritated this entire week, and Drew and Barrett, they disappointed me this week because I was like, it really was on them. Like, I feel like they had the power to turn the house around, and I'm like, if you turn the house around, you are on the top of the alliance because everybody wants to work with you. You go from the bottom to the top. Figure it out. But he's like, what are we doing here?
I don't think Drew at least sees himself as being on the bottom on that side, and he's like the most in danger over there. Yeah. But I think Barrett does, but Barrett just doesn't seem like he has enough spunk in him. I think if Drew was a little bit more aware, he would do a little bit more, because I think he's a smart player. He's just riding the middle a little too hard right now. And he's also aligned with players like Angela, who are just paranoid by nature. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, all of her people that she's aligned with a lot of times she ends up going after him, So it's kind of, there's that. But yeah, Jason, I just was like, I wanted Jason to be more than what he was in the game, to be honest. Like, he would, he like, people were like, no, vote Jason for the powers. And it's like, maybe, but there's something about Jason that's a little unpredictable. There's something about him that's a little too, it's too messy or whatever. Even like with the Tea Party, I was like, why is he copying to some of these things? Like, I feel like he should have just kept that man on his heels. He was like, yes, did I lie to them to work with you guys? Like, it's like, bruh, just
continue to lie.
Yes, yeah, and just drag him, because that's what you can do a little bit, drag him for the fact, because he made some good points in there, but it's like, he's at the same time was sticking holes in his boat, and it's just like, it's like I can't get behind him 100%. But he is the most willing to play out loud player that side had. So yeah, that's kind of a loss for sure. What do you think about the Taylor feature in the episode to not, like, the vote hinged on her type of thing, Cause it's tough. Like, I understood exactly what the need was in terms of voting out LaLa, and I kind of was like, Taylor, okay, I might be all right with this, but at the same time, I was like, but my soul, I don't think my soul could be right with it, So I give her a pass. I just understood where she was, but also at the same time, objectively, I think LaLa could go for their team. I think she could
I
have gone.
agree because I'm like LaLa adds nothing. She
Yeah.
doesn't give you information in
Yeah.
no ounce like competition strength.
Yeah.
She's unfortunately getting on people's nerves.
Mm.
Um I still have yet to really figure out why they get on LaLa so bad, but
Mm.
it's happening and it's
Maybe she's
happening
just
bad.
animated. Sometimes animated characters, folks don't like animated people who are too loud or got too much to say. She
Yeah, I
cries
don't
a
know.
lot. I was like,
She does cry a lot, and she is opinionated, but I'm like, what's the difference between her and Angela? To be quite honest, you
yeah,
know what I'm
no
saying? In terms
facts.
of just animation, volume, predictability, like what's the difference? You know what I'm saying? I think it's just the fact that people have watched Angela before,
Mm-hmm.
that they're just like okay with it. But yeah, even Devin's like he keeps calling LaLa Lulu. Like we're not about to act like LaLa is hard to say. And he's like, no, I'm genuinely like I keep forgetting and like I keep saying Lulu and it's like, come on, bro. Like let's cut
I
the
didn't even
shit.
catch that.
Yeah, that, and I'm a Devins fan, okay?
Yeah,
And so
yeah,
when that happened, I was like, all right now, Devins, we not about
yeah.
to act like you can't say la la or like that's so difficult as you're walking around here saying Kamu every goddamn day. Like,
Mm-hmm.
be effing
No
for real. And that's
facts.
something that black women struggle with a lot in a lot of different types of social settings, whether it's corporate,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's things like this, where people feel like they can disrespect you and act like what you got going on is just too much to give you just
Not
common decency and respect. So,
yeah, to pronounce your
not feeling it.
name and to know it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Um.
she ain't even saying call me Latrice. Like, and that's not even difficult. You know what I'm saying? She's saying la la. Like, and you're saying Lulu. Like, please. Yeah, the difference of a letter is crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, Taylor, she definitely, I feel like, was definitely a hard decision. I was like, for her as well, to make the decision. But I think by like, once they announced like the veto, I
Mm-hmm.
was just like, bro, y'all can get rid of LaLa because she's not helping you. At least
Yeah.
Jason will help you, and he is a at least at the very least he is somebody you know that will for sure always be on the block. But at
Yeah.
the very least, he has a little bit more competition strength, where the
Mm-hmm.
likelihood of him winning something is a bit higher than
Mm-hmm.
LaLa. Not saying it's still early, so we're not going to say LaLa can't win anything. It could come down to a true false type of thing. There's
Mm-hmm.
so many different types of competitions, but you need somebody who can play.
Yeah, LaLa is a floater in my view. And so it's
Yeah.
just kind of like it's not useful for that side, but it's yeah. I was like for the little flip that was trying to happen, but
Yeah.
I was wondering
Melody
what
was trying.
yeah, and I was like I was wondering what where they thought they were they had Taylor, because it seemed like people just kept moving around with thinking they had Taylor, and then
Yeah.
when it came down to it, it was like oh, but Melody is featured a lot in the confessionals, I feel like, especially, and I felt
Hmm.
like that from the beginning, especially for someone who didn't have as much connections. I felt like she was featured a lot, like she was kind of on an island with her and Drew. And sometimes I think about that in terms of like production, like what are they setting the storyline up for? Because it's like she's been featured a lot in confessionals from the beginning, and she was not a pivotal. I didn't feel like she was a pivotal part of moving the house too much in that first couple weeks. I mean, she had her moments. I'm not trying to say it, but I guess I'm just trying to
Yeah.
say like she was not the social grease
Prowess
on
that.
that
Yeah.
side. You know what I mean? She
Hmm.
wasn't moving it and shaking. I saw something recently that I think Lyric has the most of any non-vet confessionals. I think I saw a little
Yeah.
stats, and then Melody's I think next underneath her. So that's
Yeah, I think
interesting.
that's simple. I kind of attribute that to the fact that Melody and Drew probably have this showmance coming up. I feel like when it comes to like the edit and for entertainment value, especially for people who are not look at me, people who are not live feed watchers, as if like I'm not a new live feed watcher for the past couple years. But I feel like they kind of dive
She's
into,
a casual. Like,
I know. They dive into, and I can say this from experience, but they dive into this idea of a showmance and like what that can do, right? And so even though the Melody Drew thing hasn't necessarily, like, it hasn't grown all of its legs, I feel like production feels like it might. And so I think they're setting it up for that, and possibly like a power duo that they can have down later in the game, because they did kind of feature her like she had more power and more like convincing power like over the house. And I was like, this is casual conversations every single time somebody talks to Melody. Like Melody don't have it. If anything, I think Mallory might have a little bit more. I think she has a little bit more insight, but also too, the other side was gunning for Mallory harder. So I was just like, if anything, I felt like, you know, maybe Mallory's opinion should at least weigh a little bit more. Not saying that Mallory has more convincing power, because she doesn't, but
but also it may be, as I think about it, who narrates a story well, you know, because I don't know how that is for everyone. And I will say that Melody has a strategic mind. And so I think she, in the beginning especially, knew what she needed to do, but was kind of getting in like, just getting stuck, you know, going into dead ends on the maze. And so wasn't really being able to do it. And I think she even said as much herself, that she's like, I feel like I see that I'm not doing what I want to do, but it's like I can't stop it. I think her and Lyric were talking about how their games, they're not playing the games that they wanted to play, sort of like
because they keep running the combo.
Well, that was
they
like
shut
week
the hell
one
up
or
talking.
something.
But it's
but
now carrying over.
Facts. But I'm not a fan of Melody, mainly because of how she ditched Mallory in week one. Like, she was just like, no, I don't know.
And she was strong about it too. Very strong about it. So and I'm like, you know, Kamu, he had his little tea spilling session. He didn't spill that tea. I didn't like let's get into that actually. I didn't really like the whole tea party thing. I felt like Kamu was trying his hardest to assert some dominance.
Yeah. That thing was like a flop that I don't think he realized was a flop. Even D said it.
Yeah, like, you think you hitting, bro, but you're not. You're not hitting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. And it was like a pile on. I thought Jason actually held his own very well for what was happening. I am with you. Like, don't lie. Say you're lying to everybody. Like, yeah, no, I did tell everybody. I would have just been like, you know, but the fact that LaLa spoke up and said, I don't actually remember him saying that. I was like, now run with this.
I know.
Run with it. Like, exactly. I did it. So what are we talking about here?
Yeah. Who said it, Kamu? Like, right. Like, but he wasn't giving no names. Real. But yeah, no. I feel like he did, like I said, he did. It's just that he was just punching holes in the bottom of his boat. But he did have a boat, you know, and that thing was, you know, it was pretty decent. He held his own. For sure.
Yeah, and Kamu, then the tea.
You said what?
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, you go. No, and Kamu, he just like he. Yeah, look.
Yeah. Speaking of Kamu, did you hear? This is not even alleged because I saw the video, but it's a video of somebody. He was walking somewhere, and somebody in the background. I don't know if they were laughing, but they were like, "I can't breathe. I can't breathe," and Kamu was like, "Oh, he thinks he's George Floyd." Yeah. So it was that. And I also did not like that when the veto ceremony came around, he was renomming Jason. He was like, my zesty bestie. I didn't like that either.
Yeah. Interesting.
So yeah, Kamu, he's he gets a little bit of a side, not even a little bit, a lot of side eye from me. And I'm tired of seeing him. I'm tired of seeing I'm actually tired of everybody, to be honest, because I'm now even thinking back to the three girls, the Ootsy Wootsy girls, Giggle girls, whatever they're calling themselves, talking shit about, I don't know if it might have been LaLa. Yes, talking shit about LaLa and her putting butter in the broccoli. Talking about who puts butter in their broccoli. I wanted broccoli. I didn't want all this butter in my broccoli. Talking about it tastes good, like it had flavor, but who the fuck wants, I just want broccoli when I eat broccoli. Like,
that's funny.
Girl,
that's probably like a
you
black
gonna make your
thing.
right. But I'm like, go make yourself your unflavored broccoli. Like, if you got somebody cooking for you, they gonna cook the way they cook. Mm-hmm. Go make yourself your unflavored broccoli or say, I prefer no butter in my broccoli.
Yeah. If somebody, no. That's interesting. But yeah, who the Ootsy Wootsy girls?
I meant the Giggle Girls. That's what they call themselves now.
I don't know that alliance.
Melody, Mallory, and Lyric.
That's what they call themselves.
I could have sworn, unless I'm hearing it wrong on the streets, but
that may be right, because I don't keep track of the alliance names always. But yeah, that's interesting. They trip. Would have thought better from Lyric. Okay, Mallory too.
Yeah, no, it was. I think it was more so Mallory leading that discussion. She was pissed though. I'm like, girl, I would have been like, get your black ass out that kitchen, okay? Trying to cook for everybody, straight up.
Yeah, no, but let me circle back to the comment where you said that you are tired with everybody this season. I am too. I'm not. This cast is very lukewarm for me. Like, even Devins and D, and it's the only reason Devins and D are lukewarm, because it's like, for me. And you know I don't like Angela, but they only lukewarm for me because I'm like, they are having so many powers. It's Diamond Power Veto. We can talk about that in a second. But they have so many powers, and they have so much leverage, right? And so it's not as entertaining to watch them, in my view. And also, they don't have enough competition, like, just in the caliber of players they're playing against. Yeah. So it's kind of the same thing, what I'm saying, but at the same time, it's not, because it's like, even if they came in here and they had no powers, I still think this group of people, they will be walking circles a little bit around them. Yes. And so I need the whole cast to step it up, okay? Yeah. They picked you for a reason. Y'all all supposed to be super fans. But this is the thing. They super fans of a lot of the recent seasons. I need some people to go back season 6, season 7. I need to see the house. Yeah. But I guess it's like everyone recognizes that you can't win being too polarizing, because even Taylor, who I was having a little faith in last week, I feel like she's being a little bit like, I gotta play nice the middle, both sides. Everybody that's the game that everybody wants to play, and if they're not on the dominant side. And so it's just like, it's a problem.
Yeah, and my thing is, group. No, literally. And now we're about to be 4 weeks in, right? Like, we know who the fourth HOH is, which we'll get to in a second. But it's like we're 4 weeks in, and the people getting on the block is only going to be y'all, because y'all have yet to coalesce and say, you know what? Let's do something against this other side. Mm-hmm. And so I'm like, there's no reason to try and play safe, play nice, because y'all will get up there every single time. It's gonna be y'all. It's no reason to try and hide behind anything. It's just gonna circle between y'all. If there's a veto, if one of y'all wins the veto, it's gonna be you up. Taylor, it's no need to be nice, because if it's Melody, Mallory, and Lyric on the block, you're the renom. You are the renom. You and LaLa are the renoms. So there's no reason to try and hide. And just the fact that Yash, unfortunately, is a man, he's not the next one on the totem pole. No, he's just not. They're coming for y'all.
Yeah, and but everybody, there's always one seat at least in the little, in the car. That's in the little. They can be in a trunk. You can ride in the trunk, and that's what everybody's trying to get. That one seat that they can just be in the luggage of the dominant alliance. You know what I'm saying? But anywho, the one thing I did want to say. I want to talk about this Diamond Power Veto, because this is a problem in and of itself. It's like, production. What's happening over here?
Yeah, it's too early for Diamond Powder Veto, in my opinion.
I think it should not happen. Just period. It's too powerful. And if it's going to happen, it needs to happen. Like, I think the original one was 2 weeks. Like, you have to play this week or next week. Come on.
Yeah, 6 weeks. I think he had. Yeah, the whole damn game.
Yeah, to jury. It's like, that's not cool. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. And so it's just, I don't know. We'll see. I've not watched the spoilers, and so I'm not 100%. I don't know who the HOH is, but you have to tell me when we get there. Okay, so before we get into the live feed stuff for next week, let's talk about the challenges. They had the HOH challenge this week, which was the WrestleMania thing. They had the Veto, which was like the pickle,
ball thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then the Blockbuster. And so for the WrestleMania, I was like, this is very different. It was a lot going on. I was like, oh, because that was Jesse from like season 10, right? Mm-hmm. I knew he was short, but I'm like, damn, he really short. I never realized how short he was. But it was a different type of competition. I'm not sure how much I liked it, but
Yeah, I didn't like it either. It was a lot going on. And I mean, I don't know what I expected that competition to be. But it's a classic BB comp in a different way. Here's a story. Remember what you can. True or false.
Yeah. And then the pickle one is just like, it is what it is. Jason.
Yeah, no, Lyric dominated that though. I was like, she killed that. When she got that first score in the 90s, I was like, doggone. Yeah, she's won. She won, for sure.
Yeah. But I don't have much else on any of the competitions. And I was like, I don't know if I think I was rooting for LaLa to stay. I knew they were going to keep Mallory over Jason, but at the same time, I just was rooting for like maybe LaLa to win the Blockbuster or something. So that I don't know why. I don't know what I was rooting for actually. I just, because I was like, I already knew the vote was what it was. It was no one was trying to save Jason anymore, but.
Yeah, I know that Mallory as like a game player, I think that she has grown on me from week one.
I agree.
I think she also has like a very strategic mind and like she understands like, bitch, this is not Big Brother. Y'all are just skating through. Like y'all are not actually playing, which I do appreciate. And she keeps saying it. But I was not sure who I wanted to win the Blockbuster. I went into the Blockbuster thinking like LaLa needs to go home because Mallory and Jason are the only saving graces for this other side, because I do think that Mallory won't have an issue putting up that side whatsoever. I think she'll be loud about it as well. She just needs to get the power. But
yeah, maybe Jason. My brain was not settled when I sat down to watch it, because like this season does not have my attention. I'm gonna tell you that. Yeah, it ain't got my attention.
Yeah, no, same. I know you said a couple weeks ago you like what you watched the episodes like with one eye open, and that's how I felt this week, because I was just like, what, like, come on now, like this is stupid. And I'm also thinking too, like, y'all still gotta, there's still other games like to be won. Like y'all still want America's favorite player. Like y'all are not playing well, like y'all are just skating through this thing and giving America's love to the other side. So, but I knew that a lot of people were voting for Jason for the power. So I kind of wanted him to stay, because I was like,
yeah, but that's why I'm like, y'all stop voting for them. Somebody was like, no, we're not voting for Taylor. But I'm like, Jason's going home.
Yeah. I don't know who the next person who would have gotten it. I'm hoping Mallory, because I do see there's a lot of love for Mallory. But if D gets it, I'm gonna be like, ugh, like so annoying. Yeah. Because I know like last week I said like I am enjoying the vets play, and I am like I like watching them point blank period. But it is like becoming too much, and I'm like surprised that they're starting to like get a plan together to start turning on their own people, Drew specifically. But I'm like, y'all do know this ship is going to crash and burn at some point. Like when it gets to 10 people, what's the plan then? Like nobody is, I don't know. I'm over it. I'm just over it. I'm like, because I love watching Big Brother, and I hate when the season just starts off so bad and bad like this, because it doesn't make for even a good end of season game.
Yeah, I need Drew and I need Barrett to get on over to the other side. Like I need that. If that doesn't happen, it's just like a problem, because if they strike Drew first and get Drew out, as in terms of like that's their first precision, snipe, that will be the worst for this season, because it's like Drew is probably the most the best player in there outside of like the vets, right? Outside of D and
I agree.
Devins. And so it's just like, wow, you know,
Yeah.
where are we going to go from there? But anyway, anything else on the episode before we get into the spoilers? Like, you are going to be giving me, giving me life. So
and it's Friday, so it's not that much out. But yeah, no, I think the only last
true.
thing just on Drew's game is like, the reason why Drew is going to be his own downfall, in my opinion, is because he's not understanding like these little moments where he's getting caught up. Mm-hmm. Like there was a moment where I think like he was having a conversation with Devins, and I forgot exactly what he said, but he said something that he should not have said in terms of red corner, blue corner. And Devins was like, why would you say that? Like he's not taking those moments and thinking like, oh shoot, like I'm talking too much, or potentially like, what does this do for me, or like, is Devins having conversations with other people? And I remember there was that one conversation that him and Barrett had where they were walking outside. I think this was week 2, and Barrett was like, you know, what's your pecking order? Like, how do you see things? And I thought that was going to be the moment where they both kind of realized like, no, we actually need to do something, and we need to do something quickly, because we really are at the bottom. And I think Barrett has more evidence of that because he keeps getting pulled into conversations late, whereas Drew, which is something that everybody in the tool shed for the most part has talked about, is the fact that he finds himself in every single conversation. And so that is what is making him seem like he is a threat to this own alliance, because he's just like, how are you everywhere? But he's not realizing that it's like getting on their nerves. So I need him to like get some perception. I need somebody else to like be eavesdropping. I'm like, that's what Drew needs. He needs somebody that's on that other side to eavesdrop on one of them, just one conversation, so he can say, hey, this is what's being said, and it'll wake him up. Like he just needs like a wake up moment. Because he's too comfortable right now.
I feel like if Melody actually could be a person who could hear something, she would put the pieces together, because I do think she's smart. She just is a coward of like to her people. Like she don't ride for her people, and that's what I don't like about her. And she's very opportunistic. And so all right, so let's get into these live feed spoilers. If you do not want to be spoiled for week 4, you can exit now, but make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell, and let us know in the comments what you don't want to see happen this week. Okay.
Speaking of don't want, what we don't want has happened.
You're fucking kidding me.
Haley is HOH.
You're fucking kidding me.
And she's already drunk on power.
Yeah.
Her and Taylor kind of had, I wouldn't call it a run-in or an altercation, but a meeting of the minds, and they were not meeting whatsoever. Haley, of course, is living in this alternate reality where she feels like she hasn't been dismissive of people, that she's letting people join in on conversations, and people have, you know, not come up to her with game, which is not true. Taylor's like giving her examples of, you don't remember this conversation? You don't remember this conversation?
But I guess, what's this about? No. Like, how did they get in the crosshairs with each other?
I don't know all of it. I've only seen a few things, but she's HOH, so Taylor was up there talking to her about it. And I think there was some issues or miscommunications or whatever, especially just because Taylor is close to LaLa and Haley hates LaLa. So I think
she's probably gonna put her up this week.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
I mean, Taylor next to LaLa.
Of course, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, all the black girls. She gonna put up all the black girls. Look.
Yes, I mean everybody that she named, she had a problem with, which was her, LaLa, and Jason. I'm like, somehow, you know, all people of color. Not putting that on her, but you know, that is just how things are turning out to be. Speaking of which, Chuck, I'm like, Chuck, how you be in the room when you hear these conversations and people just ragging on LaLa and Taylor and stuff? I don't like that, especially when you came in talking about you just all for your sisters and your mama that she was raised with and by.
But I could tell, you can tell,
yes,
girl, when he did the line dance with the cowboy.
Yes.
When he did that shit, I said, oh, okay. I know what we dealing with right here. I'm sorry. I just do. I
It
do.
is,
And
it's always just.
Yes. Yeah. But it's just.
That
sounded
like oh God, it's terrible. It's terrible. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That was some telecommunication right there.
That aside, though, I just don't actually even think he was a good pick for this season. It's like there's some people that I think just like, how did you get here? Like not to say nothing about LaLa. I don't even think LaLa's a good pick for this season, personally.
I don't think LaLa, Chuck, Haley. I'm like, how are y'all here?
Even Kamu, but it's like he adds something. It's more of like he's oblivious, you know? And so you always need like a oblivious jock, maybe. I don't know. But I'm not a fan of some of the picks. Like even Ashley, she went home week 1. I didn't think she was a good pick. Like something about her seemed very bubbly fake, right? You know? I don't know. It's interesting. Like there are some good picks who don't seem to be moving in the direction I feel like I would like to see them go. Like Melody, I think is a good pick. I think Lyric is a good pick. I think
Mallory's a good pick.
I think Drew's a good pick. Barrett is like he's I don't know about that. I don't know if Barrett's a good pick. I actually think I think I would put Barrett in a like okay pick. Like you got a couple okay people that you can add in each season, but Chuck, I don't feel like Chuck was a nest. Like Chuck shouldn't have been up in here. I personally, I don't think he adds. It doesn't even look like he's gonna add nothing. Like nothing I have seen from him.
He makes it nowhere. I forget he's there sometimes.
Yeah, but I'm saying like nothing I've seen from him from his opening package to anything on the live feeds to anything on the show, nothing I've seen from him makes me feel like, okay, yes, I see how the producers cast you and maybe you're just falling short or whatever. It's just nothing. Because like Cameron, was that his name? Cam last season, or not last season, but Chelsea season?
Yes.
Angela's season?
Yeah.
He's somebody I'm like, I can see how you got this man on the show. I could see it, but he just fell flat because he never used to do strategy and stuff like that. But I could see how he got there. Not Cam, Chuck, I can't see. I just can't see how he got there. I'm not seeing it. And so, I don't know. It is what it is.
Yeah, no, totally agree. Another thing that's been happening on the live feeds, and this is kind of back through the week, is Lyric and this Camu flirting thing.
I told you. What the hell I say?
Well, Campbell had said that he doesn't feel like they have chemistry. Like their banter doesn't
it's interesting
move naturally. So yeah, I don't think he's like, she's like throwing it at me. He said that too. And Lyric,
she's not being subtle enough.
Right. And Lyric also had said, I don't know who it was to, but she had said, she's only flirting with Camu for game reasons, which of course we know. But there was another moment where it was her, Chuck, and Yash on the like couch lounge thing in that one area, and she's like getting spooned by Chuck.
Yeah, he made a face. Are you talking about like that one? He made a face. He was like how? I think that was an episode last week before Rome went home.
Was that an episode?
It might have been. I think it was. I know I saw it. I think it was an episode though.
Okay, yeah, it was just too close for comfort.
Yeah, she been like, throwing it on all of them. Yeah, trying to save herself, but that's the most accurate
it's too
way
much.
To describe it. It is very. It feels obvious, but also at the same time, maybe they just think that's how she is, you know. But Chuck did make a face. Know. He made a face. He was like, look at how she moving. I don't think it was I'm interested. I think it was a look how she moving. She moving funny.
Well, I think this is a different time that I'm talking about.
Okay, maybe.
Yeah. I think this is another time because it was like they were positioned for a good couple of seconds in this one. I need to go back and watch because I don't want to put too much sauce on it. But from what I saw, it wasn't given. He had an issue with it because they had just came off of like a hug or something, and she just like rolled into it.
Anything else new from this week? Thus far, week 4.
No, that's all I got for this week. Unfortunately, sorry, y'all.
Yeah, I've been out of town traveling, a lot going on. As you can see, backgrounds. borrowing bedrooms here to record, but never letting you guys down. We're always going to make sure we get it in. Yeah. All right. Well, if we got nothing else, since I guess
that's it. That's all. Next week. Yes, make sure you hit that subscribe button, the notification bell, and we will catch you for the recap of week 4. Bye.
Bye.